Welcome. Hi. Welcome to the third See It to Be It showcase. Today, we're going to hear from some really smart people who are going to be talking about how they got to do some really cool stuff. And I hope that you have lots of questions. If you watch my door some, you might see my cat come in. So bonus points if that happens. It's not a meeting, okay? We promise. And it's going to be a lot more fun. First, we have Dr. Isaac Aday, who works with a company that teaches people how to code so they can go work in the tech field. We have Miss Jenny Nowell, who is a real estate agent and has a very flexible schedule and has a really great backstory, and you're going to love talking to her. And we have Mr. Josh Chance, who has worked for Tennessee State University as a strength trainer. He has really big triceps. Maybe he'll show you. And he's worked with some players who went on into the NFL draft, and he recently started his own gym. And today we're going to be moderated by Miss Chanel. She's waving with the glasses. And to kick it off, we're going to have them tell you about why they're entrepreneurs and what they do. So Dr. Aday, do you want to start?
Sure, I don't mind starting. Can everybody hear me and see me okay? Hey kids, how are you guys doing? You guys having fun today? Can they hear me?
No,
Okay,
Sorry.
all right, good. No problem. Just checking. So I'm Dr. Isaac and I happy to be here to talk to you guys today. The job that I have is to help people build technology. I'm pretty sure all of you have an iPhone, and if you don't, you might have an iPad, or maybe somebody around you has an iPhone or iPad and has all these really cool apps. Well, at Pivot Technology School, we're teaching people how to build technology similar to those devices and apps that run on those devices. But before I started doing this job as an entrepreneur, I was a business professor at Tennessee State and I also worked as an engineer, and I studied at Tennessee State. So that's just a little bit about my background. But I'm an entrepreneur because I like creating things, I like building things, and I like helping businesses make money.
Miss Jenny?
Hi, everybody. How are you? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm an entrepreneur because I am also a mom. I have 5 kids, and I'm sure that some of them are your age. And the reason I'm an entrepreneur is because it gives me flexibility so that I can also be a mom at the same time as working.
Mr. Josh?
You muted.
There we go. Thank you. I need you guys to teach me about the technology. Hi, I'm Josh. Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur because I've decided to go out on my own and create my own business. A little gym I've created called Base Strength and Conditioning. I used to be worked for collegiate athletics. I used to be a football player in college and really liked to work out. So after a while, I decided to teach other college football players how to work out. And then to spend a little more time with my family and be a better father, I chose to create my own business to spend more time with them. And yeah, try a different path of life out. So that's why I'm an entrepreneur.
And I just want to say now, part of his clientele is nerdy people like me. Mm-hmm. And he shows even nerdy people how they can do athletic stuff. You don't, yeah, see, look at that. We have a flex there. So very good at telling people how they're an athlete, even if they don't think they are, like me. All right, Chanel?
Hey guys, can you hear me all right?
Yes.
Yeah. Great. Okay. So I have a couple of questions for our wonderful panelists, and they're going to be fun. But if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand, and they can answer some of your questions as well. Okay, so first question, we'll start with Miss Jenny. Who was your favorite teacher in school, and what advice did they give you that stuck?
Oh, that was a long time ago. Well, I really tend to lean towards my math teachers because I loved math. So I guess the best advice that I can remember would be to never give up. Just try your best and never give up.
Good. I like that. All right, Josh.
All right, so I have a teacher that stands out in my mind whenever I'm asked this question, and his name was Mr. Fredrickson. He was my high school history teacher. Obviously, I'm a strength coach. I'm a gym owner. I like to work out. This guy was a big buff dude, so I thought he was really cool. Yeah, I was always kind of a history dork. I like to learn all about the history of the world. And he did a very good job of teaching us American history. But what he was always very adamant about was find something that you love and pursue it, and find a way to make a living out of that. History, he said, was one of those things that there's not very many avenues outside of being a teacher, or a professor, or a scientist type historian. But he made a great living out of being a teacher. He's won many Teacher of the Year awards from doing what he loves. And he's one of my role models still to this day.
Oh, that's great. Awesome. Dr. Ade?
I would have to say my teacher that had the most or the biggest impact on my life was my third grade teacher. Her name was Betty Watson. What I always remember about Miss Watson is that she would give me the hardest math problems. Whenever we would have to go to the board and work problems, she gave me the hardest problems in the book. And I would stand at the board and cry because I couldn't figure the problem out. And she wouldn't let me sit down until I got the answer right. And I always would eventually get it. And she knew that I could. And that's why she challenged me and pushed me. And I think that that really helped me understand how talented I was.
Okay.
Great. Okie dokie. Awesome. Well, speaking of teachers, what was your favorite class in school? That could be middle school, high school, college. And how did that kind of guide you to become an entrepreneur? We go with Josh.
Okay. Well, this kind of plays into my last question. I kind of over explained my last question there, but my favorite class I ever took were always my history courses. My big passions in the books were history, and outside of that was sports. So how what my teacher taught me was to follow one of your passions. I chose to follow my passion for training the human body, getting people strong for life, making sure people can stay active and fit and moving through all ages of life. I chose to follow that career off of the advice that my high school teacher, Mr. Fredrickson, gave me.
Cool. Jenny?
Okay, to be honest, when I was in school, I had no plans or intentions of being a real estate agent. And I didn't even know that they existed. So my life kind of just took a detour after being out of school for several years. I loved math, like I said. I was always into numbers, and I took an accounting job when I got out of college, and I did that for about 20 years. And then this detour happened, and now I'm a realtor for about the past 15 years. So I didn't actually go to school for that or take any classes for that after high school. It was a completely different change of plans for me. So I didn't go to school for that.
That's cool. We love an unexpected journey. It's never planned out. Dr. Ade, what was your favorite class?
Yeah, sure. So, long story short, I wanted to be a brain surgeon up until the 8th grade when I decided I wanted to be a mechanical engineer. I always enjoyed math and science classes, and that led me down a technology path. So, I didn't study business in college, and in high school, I wasn't thinking about business. I was thinking about tech, but now I'm in a tech business. So, I think my tech background and my love for math and science prepared me for where I am today.
Awesome. Well, tell us, Dr. Day, what does your day look like from when you get up in the morning till you come home at night?
Yep, sure. Well, I have 3 boys, ages 11, 11, and 8. And so my day starts with taking them to school. But after I get them off to school, I come back home. Usually my wife and I'll go for a walk or get some kind of exercise in, get some breakfast, and then I'll get on the computer because my job is all about connecting with people and building relationships to help us grow our company. So I spend a lot of my time on phone calls or in person meeting with folks, helping understand how we can partner with our business and whatever they may have going on. My days are pretty flexible. I get to travel quite a bit to go visit, attend conferences. I love it. It's whatever I want it to be. I went for a hike this morning.
Nice. Where'd you go hiking?
Percy Warner, Edwin Warner Park out in Bellevue.
Oh, nice. Cool. See, Miss Jenny, what does your day look like?
Well, first thing is I head straight to the coffee pot. And as a mom of 5, I need that coffee to get me going. And I try to have a little bit of quiet time to myself when I wake up before the busyness of the day kicks in. And then as far as work is concerned, I have regular communication with my clients. I think it's important to make sure that they feel like they're being heard and that I understand their needs and what they're looking for. So I will help them find houses that meet what they're looking for. Like if they need a fenced in backyard because they have children, then I only send them houses that will have a fenced in backyard so the kids can play. So, but it is very flexible. I can do that whenever it fits into my schedule. And then starting later in the afternoon, I try to make myself done with work and available when I have to start running kids to football and band and gymnastics and making dinner. So I try to fit work into while they're gone to school.
Nice. So you got a good work-life balance as well. How does your day start, Josh?
All right, so I'm kind of an early riser, so I set my own schedule right now. It's one of the beautiful things about being an entrepreneur. You can choose when you want to work. So I'm up early, so I choose to start work pretty early. I'm usually at work around 6 a.m. First client starting around 6:30 or 7. Again, I got to drink a bunch of coffee to get myself going because nobody wants a sleepy guy teaching how to work out. I see those muscles over there, big dog. So when I get to work, I'll run about 7 to 8 sessions per day. Those last about 45 minutes a piece. Some of those sessions I'll be training one person. Most of those I train one person at a time. Every now and again, we'll do a buddy session, so 2 or 3 people working out at one time. It's a very small gym that I own, but enough to get a couple people good workouts in there. But I work with different clients from all over the spectrum, like Miss Holly was saying earlier. I work with some athletes who are looking to get faster, more explosive, jump higher, all that kind of stuff. I work with people who who have backs that hurt, and joints that hurt, and bodies that are kind of going south on them. I help them move around better and strength train for life so they can play with their kids. I have a lot of parents, probably your parents' age, that have some pains and aches and stuff, that strength training really helps their quality of life. I have some people, Holly said it, not me, a nerdy client that, likes to have fun and bounce around and make workouts fun and not seem like an actual workout. So I have clients like that. So I try to work with all people, all clientele, all ages, kids to your age, to people that are, in bad off with bad conditions and wheelchairs. I believe that what I do, teach people how to get strong and lift weights, is something that is a very valuable tool to know how to do later on in life. I work from about 6 a.m. to 1 p.m., come home, get a nap in. I'm a big napper still. You guys probably don't like that stuff now, but you love it when you get to my age. And I got to rest up for my kiddos when they get home. I have 2 kids. I have one 3-year-old, and I have a 14-month-old also at the house. So they're at that age where they require a lot of my attention right now. So then come home, hang out with my wife, and I get to bed early, right around 9:30 or 10, and start it all over.
Do you all have any questions? No?
Can you show
I believe I might.
I have to let my dog in here, guys. I'm sorry.
No. You can pull it down to ask a question.
Yeah, sorry. I'll show you him in a second. This is another good part of being an entrepreneur, guys. You get to bring dogs to work. Tatum, can you say hi? Come on back up. See, this is my work time. Not a lot of jobs you get to bring your dog to work, but I get to.
So I have a question for the group here. What time do you all get up for school?
6.
4.
6:30.
We get up at 4. We gotta be here at 7.
6:40.
Around
7, 6:30.
So
I get on at 6:40.
I don't feel like I woke up that early when I was in grade school.
It's the new generation.
Oh,
Generation.
okay.
New generation. We got them workers.
When I wake up at 6 o'clock, that's because I gotta eat my cereal, my breakfast. That's why. But when I wake up at 6:30, I always gotta put on lotion. That's why I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. And I live far away. And coming to the school is 20 minutes. So
That's really far.
yeah, I live in
Garrett.
Nashville. So that's
Okay, yeah.
I wake up at 4 because I want to do stuff in the morning.
Okay. So
Well, I usually watch shows and stuff, and then I just go to school.
what type of shows?
so
Anime, movies.
do
I play video.
you guys have any questions in specific to what our 3 guests do?
Show their biceps.
Show their biceps?
He wasn't
Okay. Let's see.
Biceps.
Bicep.
Here you go. You guys want to flex on them?
He's showing, you missed it.
Yeah.
He did.
He's showing you the biceps.
So by a raise of hands, who would love it if they could make their own work schedule? Like when you're done with school, you get to work your own work schedule. What about, do you guys love it?
Yeah, Mr. Aday, why don't you talk about how technology can allow you to make your own schedule?
Yeah, well, what I was going to say to you guys, she asked a question before I could ask it, but if you are really interested in being able to create your own schedule and being an entrepreneur and starting your own business, the best thing that you can do right now is think about good ideas. because most companies are based or built on an idea. All right. So if you think of a really good idea, something that you understand, you can build a business around that. And because you're running that business, you have your schedule and you can have more control over your time. So whenever you hear somebody talk about they're an entrepreneur or somebody is running a business, or they own their own business, it's because they came up with the business idea and they're convincing people that they need this in their life. And those people are going to spend money with that business. That's how that business makes money. And you guys look really smart. I'm pretty sure you've got some good ideas on how you could start something of your own and create something and turn it into a business one day.
What do you guys think?
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So we like that idea.
To ask if you all have any goals for your future. You know, we talk about goals a lot in school. Chanel and I have some goals, but what are your goals? Oh, wait, you all, oh, okay, yes, let's hear from you all. And then we'll have Miss Jenny pop up.
So you're asking for my goals?
Well, let's hear from some of them and then from you. So what about the guy in the red shirt?
Me?
You
Okay.
can.
I want to finish college and then I want to become like technology too because I like technology.
My man. My man.
Awesome.
What about the guy in the black shirt? He had his hand raised.
Brexit.
I want to be a gymnast.
Biceps.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool.
We need to have.
Might have an Olympian there.
Let's hear from everybody else. Go ahead. What do you, okay, you've got your hand up. Go ahead.
I want to be an actor and be a
Oh,
movie.
wow. Wow. Okay.
I want to be The Rock.
He said
He's
The
one
Rock.
of my heroes. I love Dwayne Johnson.
Miss Alea, what about you?
How did you know my name?
You introduced yourself at the beginning.
When I'm older, I wanna finish college and I wanna run track.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hey.
So we got some athletes and some entertainers.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's how I got into to my career. I played sports all through college. Then I realized after college, what I knew most was sports and how to get people better at it. And so I used what I knew best, and that's what I figured my biggest contribution could be to the world was what I'd been practicing for all these years. And my love for sports turned into a career that I love very much now as well.
My sister.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about the lady in the hood? You've had your hand up for a few minutes.
When I grow up and I finish college,
There you go.
I want to be a fashion designer.
Wow. So we
Nice.
got some creatives and some athletes and entertainers. I love it. I love this.
Miss Jenny, what's your goal?
Hey, guys.
Miss Jenny.
They have the floor. Let's give it
So
back.
my goals have changed since I was in school, and that's okay. If you decide to do something completely different, I would just say to follow your dreams and what you're passionate about and do what you love and what you're talented with. Figure out what your talents are and find something that you can do that fits what you're naturally gifted at. And then, but as far as goals, I also, when I became older, I had to make sure that I balanced my life with my family with my goals, because your goals can sometimes get in the way of your relationships. So I just want to encourage you to make sure that your relationships with people are important. Make sure that you're a good friend and make sure that you're a good son or daughter, and make sure that you're a good student, and just always focus on your relationships and being good to other people. And that's very important, and don't let your goals get in the way of that.
That's a wonderful advice. So since Ms. Jeannie gave you all some wonderful advice and we're coming close on time, we'll allow Dr. Ade and Josh to say a few words of encouragement or of any advice that.
Josh, you go ahead. I'll close it
You
out.
think on it? Okay. Okay, so let's see here. Lots of stuff. How do we condense it? All right. So what you'll, like Miss Jenny said, sometimes your path's going to change many times through life. Okay. Like I said, I kind of work in the same field I went to school for, but the paths have changed because of family and whatnot. I used to say that I wanted to work in college strength and conditioning forever. I accomplished all my goals in that realm of becoming a director of strength conditioning and things like that. Then I got married and had a family, and that life would have taken me from my family. And then I chose to go a different route, which ended up making me a lot more happy and a lot more, a lot better money for my family and such by changing that path. And now I can't imagine doing anything different. But at the end of the day, whatever you do, find a way to be happy doing it. You may have to do some hard work before you get there, and know that that's part of the process of becoming happy. But you see way too many people out there that are unhappy, and I want you guys to do what you got to do and do the right things to be happy, productive members of society.
Yeah, Josh, shared some great thoughts. I think the thing that I could probably say to you guys is, when I was a kid, I dreamed about what I wanted to be when I grew up, and it actually came true. And so what I realized is, when you dream about something, it actually happens. So dream bigger. Because when I was a kid, I said I wanted to be an engineer, and I became an engineer. But what if I said I want to be a millionaire? I'd be a millionaire. So whatever you guys think about in terms of your life and in your future, dream big. That's probably the best thing that I can share with you guys. So if you want to be an actor, say I want to be the best actor. I want to be the highest selling actor in the world. If I want to be a gymnast, I want to be an Olympic gymnast. Aim high, aim for the top, because whatever you tell yourself is going to happen will actually happen. So I want you guys to be superstars. So dream big.
Yes.
Like
Yay.
like Disney Channel.
Like selling your Bible.
Stop.
One of those. You got to pay for the rest.
Wonderful
We love
advice. Melissa, did you have anything else?
I got something.
Me, Melissa, or is other Melissa on here? No, she's not.
She might have to hop off. But there is another Melissa.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna do it from right there. Yeah, so I'll give you guys my little bit of background because it echoes a lot of what I've been hearing from you guys. That, growing up, I was a theater kid. I was a music kid. I loved reading. I loved playing piano.
I love reading. I hate math though.
I'm not very good at math, but I was really good at music, which usually those two go hand in hand, but it wasn't like that for me. But so, I realized I really loved working with kids. I loved being creative. I figured I would always just work with kids, but now we are helping develop and put up a coding program that we do with you guys, that we bring out those robots again, that we're doing all the different things online.
Math is
It may look different than what I thought it would, but I am doing in a lot of ways what I dreamed and hoped I could do when I was a kid. So it may look different. You said you wanted to be a fashion designer. If that's what you really want to do, you go after it. It may look different than what you see it as right now, but you'll get
Mhm.
there. And that is all.
That is a really good point. You know, I always wanted to be a journalist from when I was age 8 on up. I made newspapers at home, and I thought I was going to be a journalist for my entire life. And I was a journalist up until about 3 years ago when I started a job at Vanderbilt Medical Center. And so I got to go to Columbia, which is one of the best programs in journalism. I got to live my dream for a lot of years. But then some things in the world happened that I didn't control, and I had to change my path. And it was really hard. It was like I was having to break up with my dream. And it was really sad for a long time. But I also realized I can still do what I love in other places. I can still help inform people. I can still give news, which is what I love, in other areas. And so sometimes, and now I love what I do, and it's really fun, and I get to use my brain and create. And it turns out that's what I loved about journalism. And I didn't expect to be where I am today, but we don't always control the path. And sometimes, you know, maybe you want to be an NBA player, but you're only 5'6", right? I wanted to be a journalist, but journalism, a lot of journalists get laid off. It's a shrinking field. And, you know, I had to pivot and think about what am I good at and what do I love? And that's also part of following your dreams, is being true to what you love, but in different ways.
Biceps are good.
I dig it.
Of course.
All right.
And
Well,
You have a question
for her,
for who?
Mr. Jenny.
Miss Chanel? Miss
Me?
Holly?
Miss Jenny?
Yeah, the one that has 5 kids.
Oh,
Yes, Miss Jenny.
Yeah. What made you love math so much? Math is the best.
I loved math because I was good at it. I just think numbers make sense. 2 + 2 = 4. I mean, it's black and white. It makes sense, and that was just the way God talented me with numbers. I was just good at it, so it was my favorite. What about you?
What was the best thing that you did in math? Just like
The best thing I did in math? Oh, well, I mean, I ended up using it to account for money for companies in Nashville. So I pretty much made sure their money was going where it was supposed to, and it's called accounting, and I really loved that.
That's my mom's job.
And one more thing. Just like 2 + 1 is 4. 2 + 1 is 3.
All right, guys.
1 + 1
Well,
is
I
14.
thank you all. Really, really enjoyed this conversation, and I'm excited to get these guys upstairs and let them share out with their friends. We will, once this recording is up, we'll be able to share it out with the rest of this club as well as our other club locations. And yeah, can you guys say thank you?
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a great weekend.